Christine Persichetti. A Catholic movement is expanding. The Catholic Worker will soon serve those in need on Staten Island. On Sunday, a fundraiser for the expansion will be held, showcasing art inspired by its founder, Dorothy Day. Current News' Jessica Easthope shows us how the art and the artist are both advancing Day's cause for sainthood.
Her hands have worked to pay tribute to another's.
The praying, the writing, the protesting, the hands of resolution. Pieces of accounts.
Christy Fiedlers' artwork, inspired by Dorothy Day, depicts all she was: an activist, a writer, a pioneer, and a woman of God.
Caring for the needy and the poor in such a devoted, committed way. She's not at all hypocritical. She really did the work.
At her home studio on Staten Island sits only some of Fiedlers' artwork, reflecting Day's life and legacy. The rest is currently being shown at Manhattan College's library and will soon be displayed at a fundraiser for the Catholic Worker. Day helped found the movement that spreads the message of Christ's love and charity, and it's now expanding into Staten Island.
Creating the Catholic Worker, that in itself, to me, is a real miracle.
Back in 2005, Fiedler, who is part of a muralist collective, had her first brush with Dorothy Day when she created this piece in Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Nostrand Avenue and Green Street.
Since then, she's championed Day in art that crosses multiple mediums. Her latest collection, titled Radical Action Tracing Dorothy Day, includes mosaics, oil paintings, metal, and sheer columns. Some of her pieces in this exhibit show Day's iconic braid and compare her to a caryatid, like these at the Acropolis in Athens.
They represent strength, collectivity, and I see Dorothy Day in the same way.
Fiedlers' art dedicated to Day is a personal project, but she understands it can hold something more. Day's cause for canonization is currently being reviewed by the Vatican's Congregation for the Causes of Saints. The process is long, but each new step chips away, and Fiedler says she's doing her part to bring awareness, the only way she knows how, with her two hands. On Staten Island, Jessica Easthope, Current News.
That fundraiser to expand the Catholic Worker movement will be this Sunday, April 28th, at St. Peter's Church, Farrell Hall. That's at 53 St. Mark's Place on Staten Island from 10 to 6. You can see Christy Fiedlers' work in Radical Action Tracing Dorothy Day at Manhattan College's O'Malley Library Gallery. That's open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. through May 20th. Monday was Earth Day, and plenty of Catholics marked the occasion by making a pledge to Pope Francis. The pledge by the group The Catholic Climate Covenant asks people of faith to commit to honoring God's creation by making small changes in their lives, including reducing their meat consumption, food waste, and how much fossil fuel they use in their home and through travel. The pledge also encourages Catholics to advocate for climate change within the church and on a national and global scale. If you want to make the pledge, just go to CatholicClimateCovenant.org. You'll see it right there on their homepage. The pledge is inspired by two of Pope Francis's papers about the environment. The first, called Laudato Si', came out in June of 2015. It was much anticipated, and once released, it instantly became one of the most talked about encyclicals in the history of the church. The papal paper didn't focus on technical solutions to climate change. Rather, he encouraged Christians to find changes in their everyday lives. Since its creation, Laudato Si' has inspired programs to fight climate change around the world. Just last year, Pope Francis wrote a follow-up encyclical to Laudato Si' called Laudate Deum. This paper was an extension of the previous encyclical, but it also sounded the alarm, calling for immediate and bold action. The Pope said in the paper, "We are not reacting enough and we're close to a breaking point." A Queens Catholic school is taking up Pope Francis's warning, putting their minds to the test to find new ways to use energy. Current News' Katie Vasquez explains from Forest Hills.
These budding scientists at Our Lady of Mercy Catholic Academy in Forest Hills are conducting an experiment, testing out the powerful rays of the sun.
Instead of using stuff that could destroy the earth, like fossil fuels to cook, we're using stuff that could help the earth, like solar energy. Right onto the black paper in here.
As part of their lesson on renewable energy, the 22 students constructed solar-powered ovens out of objects that anyone could find at home.
We're using the pizza boxes that were just used for the 5th grade lunch. So reusing, recycling, they use aluminum foil and they use like black construction paper and things like that, things that will help absorb the heat, make it a little bit hotter. We have saran wrap also, so it should help trap it, and then the black paper should help absorb the heat a little bit faster.
The 6th graders then head outside to put their project to the test, cooking s'mores.
It's melting!
And in a short amount of time,
it's really about 26 minutes.
Students were able to taste the results, scoring high marks.
It's good. It's really good.
But the ultimate lesson was ensuring they do their part to protect God's creation.
We can do extra stuff to help the planet, but I feel like every day we should make small contributions to help the planet.
Because in a couple of years we'll look back to all the bad things that happened to this environment and see how many ways we could have changed us.
In Forest Hills, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
Yum, that's not a bad assignment. One Catholic high school went on an entire retreat to learn about climate change. Students from Archbishop Malloy in Briarwood, Queens traveled to the Marist Brothers Center in upstate New York over the weekend for the Ecology Retreat. It included talks and workshops discussing topics like alternative energy sources and the danger of plastics. The students also spent time in nature, hiking, and bird watching. And back in Queens, Malloy was bringing the community together through exercise. Fun. The high school hosts this Zumba class once a month for members of the Malloy community and beyond. Each month has a specific theme, like wearing red or pink for Valentine's Day in February, or playing Irish music for St. Patrick's Day in March. Organizer and Alumni Development Officer Rebecca Wagner says the only real requirement for the class, bring water and a good attitude.
It's a great time. It's a good workout, and just like a great way to be involved within the community. And again, I have alums of different ages. I have current parents, past parents, people who are friends of Malloy graduates or things like that. And it's just a really welcoming environment for anyone who'd like to participate.
The Queens High School also hosts a monthly book club called Buzzwords that meets both virtually and in person. Over in Brooklyn, some shining stars were put in the spotlight by Catholic Migration Services. Every year, the nonprofit honors individuals in cultural ministries for their service to the church and for preserving their traditions. Bishop Robert Brennan presented the Shining Star Awards at Brooklyn's Gargiulo's restaurant. 18 different honorees included those who worked with the Brazilian, Chinese, and Pakistani populations. And finally tonight, a Long Island nun just celebrated her 111th birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Sister Frances Dominici Piscatella marked the big day surrounded by family. She's a member of the Sisters of St. Dominic in Amityville, New York, and despite being the oldest nun in the U.S. and the 3rd oldest in the world, she still attends Mass at her parish, St. Aidan Church, every week. Sister Frances has lived through 19 U.S. presidents and 10 popes. When speaking with Currents News on previous birthdays, Sister Frances cracked jokes about her age, saying, "God just doesn't want me yet." Happy birthday, Sister Frances. That is this Currents News update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.